Good afternoon. My name is Ellery Taylor, and I'd like to talk very briefly about what the information technology category within the Federal Acquisition Services does for small businesses. And we're looking at how our organization does outreach and activities in the way of creating opportunities for small businesses to perform all of the things that you would like to do in the federal space. What many of folks are not aware of is how voluminous GSA ITC is within the technology realm. Currently, we actually facilitate over $26 billion in annual government spend across the federal space. We also contract with federal, state, local, as well as tribal Native Indian organizations. The General Services Administration really does lead the way in the way of technology, hardware, software, and services. And we also maintain a very large presence as it relates to emerging technologies and the utilization of those emerging technologies within all the federal agencies that make up the government. We are leading and promoting best practices and applying leading edge solutions. And in doing this, we have actually even saved over $2 billion to the government in terms of the spend. We are continuing to work with agency suppliers by making emerging technologies transformative and also increasing the small business participation. And in doing so, we have actually won over $6.6 billion of spend towards the small businesses that participate within our contract vehicles. We have assembled a team here, representative of some of the programs and activities that are within GSA, and you'll be hearing from them during this presentation. We have Jasmine Alexander, who's a contracting officer on the Polaris contract, and she will be giving us insight on this exciting new government-wide acquisition contract, talking about Polaris. We'll also be talking about Springboard, as well as some of the other programs such as the Fast Lane to accelerate small business opportunities in the way of all of these emerging technologies. And I'm not going to keep any longer. I'm going to put on Jasmine Alexander, who's a contracting officer, branch chief, Office of Acquisition Operations in the information technology category. Jasmine?
Thanks, Ellery, and good afternoon, everyone. It's GSA's mission to provide innovative solutions for federal agencies in order to build a more high-performing, efficient, sustainable, and transparent government for the American people. As an organization, GSA places a lot of importance on guiding IT service providers in forming relationships and doing business with the federal government. GSA is also here to assist agencies as they navigate the marketplace of emerging and transformative IT solutions that will help them achieve their missions and perform efficiently. With that in mind, we announce our next generation small business GWAC Polaris. Okay, so Polaris, it will not only guide small businesses through the federal market, it will also help GSA agencies through the acquisition of IT service-based solutions. We're excited that Polaris will give GSA a chance to improve our support to our customer agencies. Polaris will cover the breadth of IT services, including an emphasis on emerging technologies, and target the most highly qualified IT small businesses. Some of the technologies and services we're targeting within the realm of artificial intelligence include deep learning, computer vision, and speech recognition. Next slide, please. Thank you. We're very excited as we work towards broadening our industry partner base by the inclusion of multiple small business award pools. Polaris marks GSA's first GWAC to target women-owned small businesses. I'll note briefly here that it's important that interested companies work with the Small Business Administration in order to understand and navigate the certification process for their applicable designations. We've identified several priorities for this GWAC and each one builds upon the success of legacy small business GWACs within the GSA portfolio. First, we want to expand the small business industry base. We'll do that by creating additional opportunities for HubZone and women-owned small business IT firms. We anticipate that Polaris will include 3 separate award pools, one for small businesses, one for women-owned small businesses, and one for small businesses in HubZones. Second, we plan to expedite contract award. In order to do that, we plan to leverage the 876 authority and the 2019 NDAA, which allows GSA to award Polaris without consideration of price at the contract level. We're also working on improvements to the proposal submission and evaluation process. We're currently exploring the use of an online proposal submission tool to expedite evaluation and award. We'll also simplify proposal submission requirements utilizing objective scoring criteria and templates. Next, we want to improve the customer experience in several ways. One, we're aiming to enhance the ability of agencies to achieve their socioeconomic goals. Two, we're looking at an evaluation strategy that aligns with customer requirements. Three, we want to drive savings through more task order competition. And finally, we plan to ensure industry partner compliance with applicable SCRM and cybersecurity requirements. Finally, Polaris will increase IT modernization opportunities. We plan to stimulate technology innovation through a more robust industry base, incorporate additional focus on emerging technologies, and allow for growth and access to new capabilities through future open seasons. By offering open season on-ramps, the industry base could be expanded as technology changes and the market evolves. As we look to develop Polaris, GSA recognizes the value of collaborating with our industry partners, customers, and other stakeholders. To that end, we've already created several engagement opportunities. First, we posted an RFI to beta.sam that closed in October of 2020. We were extremely pleased with the scope of the response we received, including input from more than 1,200 small businesses. Secondly, this past December, we posted the Polaris draft RFP on beta.sam. The comment period recently ended for that. We're currently working through the literally thousands of responses we received. The link to the draft RFP is included on this slide. Even though the formal comment period is ended, the document will be viewable until the end of February, and after that through the archives. Finally, as we work through the development of Polaris, we want to stay as transparent and engaged as possible. In order to accomplish that goal, we launched the Small Business GWAC Community of Interest Forum on GSA Interact. This forum allows GSA to exchange topics related to Polaris and journal updates about the new GWAC. We invite you to follow along, engage in the conversation. The Interact link is on the bottom of this slide. Here we'll provide the most current information on the development of the GWAC, including any future opportunities to engage and provide feedback. We'll provide information on future draft RFPs and important upcoming dates. If you or any of your customers have questions or comments about the Polaris GWAC, we invite you to send us an email to polaris@gsa.gov.